Hello, in this video I'm gonna show you 11 tips for the settings that you can change to improve your gameplay performance and experience in Apex Legends Mobile. So in order to do that, first we'll need to open our settings, and here I'm gonna tell you all of them. So let's start with 11.1, and it will be auto firing, and I would make sure that I have it on in the beginning when I started playing, because it makes your life easier, and you could actually have it on if you're in a light setup like this. It's already on here, but if you move to advanced setup, which we're gonna do in the next step, auto firing will be off, so make sure to set it on. And here we can move to the next step, which is going to we'll need to move to the gameplay. Sorry, I'm reading the options because I wrote them down on a paper just to make it easier. So we'll need to move to the gameplay and then go for pickup. And here we'll be taking damage automatically closes that box. I would make that enabled because what it does is when you loot somebody that you just put down and somebody fires at you and he hits you, it will close the looting box automatically, and that way you might actually survive that. But at the same time it might actually give you some disadvantage, because you might need to loot somebody but you can't in this situation. But in the beginning I would recommend leaving that on, so just turn it on and see how it works. So the 9th step is going for ping right here and enable the double tap screen to ping. If you enable it, that way you'll be able to double tap somewhere in order to leave a ping for your teammates. And Apex, as we all know, is a very team-based game, and leaving information, pings, and all communication is very important. So just keep that enabled if you want to cooperate. The next one is going for basic, and while we're in the advanced setup, here's the semi-auto shotgun mode, and I would change it to auto shotgun release fire. This middle option. And what it does is when you aim down, you can just point at someone and keep your finger on a fire button and leave the button. That way the shotgun will fire while you have pinpointed your enemy. That's very handy, and I would really recommend using that when you're using shotgun, because you not get to actually in ADS that often with the shotgun weapon. So the next option is we'll need to, sorry for that, we'll need to move to the gameplay, to the graphics. No, it's in the gameplay and battlefield info, right? Yes, it's right here. Scroll down and you'll see the incoming damage feedback, and right here in the default you have enabled 3D icon and edge. I would recommend disabling edge one, because for me it's really annoying. I hate when my whole screen turns red in a game, and it blocks a lot of visibility for the game. So leave that edge disabled and choose 2D icon or 3D icon or both. Just see which one works for you. I actually prefer the 2D icon because it's much more visible and it's not blocking that much of a view at the same time. So okay, that was 7. Let's move to the 6, and it's gonna be in the gameplay and the info right here, and we can scroll up. Sorry, I accidentally changed that. Let's move up, and right here we'll have minimap rotation, which we can enable, and that way your minimap will rotate with how your hero is moving, and that might be less confusing when you actually use the minimap. So keep that one enabled, and trust me, it will help you. The next step is climbing prompt failure only in a gameplay, then move, and we can scroll down a bit, and here's the climbing prompt, and I would enable it for failure only. And what it does, you can actually press this question mark if you want to read, but let me explain that fast for you. It leaves an icon on the walls, like icons that show you how you can climb all the walls, and enabling failure only, which will actually disable them all and enable only the ones that you will fail. So that way you won't even attempt to do this on walls that you know already will fail. That's very handy to have as well. So the next option is sensitivity, yeah, and overall sensitivity scale. Of course, that's your choice. I would actually experiment with that a lot and change that a few times, even like right now do it to 80 or 50 or some scale like that, and try playing and just see the results, how well you go with that. But I'm actually liking 120. That way I have a very strong strong sensitivity, and I can easily aim. But it's, as I mentioned, it's your choice. Everyone has their own, and I would recommend just experimenting with it by a lot. The next option is going to gameplay and items, and right here smart health item recommendation, which I would enable. It's actually enabled in the default, but if you changed it by any reason, this one actually will indicate you which health items are most useful at the moment, so you won't waste a very like the big medkit if you only need small one. So that helps you with managing your health items. I would leave that on all the time. Next option is going to basic, and here going for a custom layout, and here you can actually customize your HUD however you want, and all the icons on it. And here's the firing icon. I would move it a bit right here, or just adjust any icons around here. I would leave a lot of space in this area around here, because what happens in this game very often, for me at least, is when I move around, I'm not using joystick. This guide is fully for just using a phone without your joystick, but this button, moving this button here, will allow you to move around your screen and look around more easily without shooting and giving away your position for accident. So while it's here, you can see that you have a lot of options to move right here. You can change its size a bit, make it lower if you want, or bigger as well. So keep that changed, and remember to press save after that. You can experiment with that a lot as well. Just keep playing a few games with that and see how you like it. So the first, actually number one is left fire button right here in the basic options, and I would use it with only while in ADS, and ADS is basically when you zoom in on your weapon, and that way when it's on while ADS, when you zoom in on your weapon, then the left firing button, let me show you, this one right here, will be visible only when you aim, and that way you won't misfire anyway, and you can like look around with your right finger right here while being in the zoom, and just shoot with that one. It's very useful to have. I absolutely love it with this option. So that's it for this video. Hope you like it. Please consider subscribing to our channel, leave a like and a comment below.